guys, it's me, Wendy from Weeby Dolls, and I'm going to do a Christmas edition tour of my nursery. So welcome, come on in, and let's get started. So this is my nursery. As you walk in the door, we have two sides to it. There's kind of like two rooms. This is my doll collecting side, and this is my working side where I paint babies and where I change them and stuff like that. So I'm going to start with this side of my nursery because I pretty much decorated the collecting side. So I'm going to turn the light off so you can see how it kind of looks a little bit more with the lights all lit up. I do keep fairy lights on my dollhouse all year round, but I added like a little bit of fake snow on top of the roof. And yeah, so I've been having a little bit of fun decorating in here. I got my grandma and grandpa dolls all dressed up in their Santa and Mrs. Claus outfits this last week. So that was kind of one of the last things I was ready or waiting to do before I did my tour. And yeah, so I'm really excited to show you guys. This is our first Christmas in this nursery. We moved down here in the summertime, and it's been a really, really good space. I'm enjoying it. But I haven't been down here since I started working in September. I haven't been able to spend as much time in my nursery as I would like. So I'm kind of playing hooky today. I took a day off, not on purpose to play hooky, but Mira had an appointment. And as we were driving to her appointment, they called me and canceled it because the pediatrician was sick. So I'm like, oh boy, I took a day off for this. What am I going to do? Now I have to take another day off to take her appointment later. But I thought, well, you know what? Maybe the Lord just wants me to have a day off today because he knows I need it. It's nice to have a day off before all of the rush of Christmas starts. I mean, I only do have one more day of work tomorrow, and then we're off for 2 weeks. But then everybody will be off, like my kids, all my kids, my husband. So it's kind of nice just to have the house to myself. I mean, Mira's here, but she's independent. She's doing her own thing. She's not bothering me. So it's just nice to have a little bit of quiet so I can actually take a few minutes and make this video for you guys, because I've been wanting to do this for a while. But it's just always been crazy, crazy busy. Or by the time I get home after work, honestly, it's almost dark outside, and it's just like, oh, I'll just wait for another day. And then there's never another day because the weekends are so crazy. But here we are, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to show you guys all of my babies dressed up for Christmas and my nursery decorated. So I'm going to start over here. This is a little lounge. I put this down here. So in case I have company come over, to visit me and spend time in my doll room like a dolly friend, I have an extra spot for them to sit. So sitting on this little lounge is my Estella sculpt. I named her Beulah. She's so cute. Beulah Wren. I'm going to try and tell you all their sculpt names and first names. I'm not sure if I'm going to remember all their middle names, but they do all have middle names. That's something I find very, very enjoyable when I'm like getting a new baby. Picking a name is a huge thing for me. I just really love doing that. So Beulah is the newest baby in my nursery, and I'm madly in love with her. Her sculpt is so sweet. She's got this expression where sometimes you're like, is she gonna smile, or is she just being really serious, or is she just a little milk drunk right now? Like, it's just, I love her expression. It's so cute. So, and then here I have this quilt, which I really don't know what I'm doing with yet, but this is a quilt that my aunt made for me for my 50th birthday last year. And yes, I'm telling you my age. But it's gorgeous. It's just, it's Anne of Green Gables themed, and she's got all of these quotes on here, and just Anne of Green Gables little things. I really want to hang this up, and that's my plan to do sometime in the new year, is hang it on this wall, because I think it would go well here. I just have to figure out how. I'm not really sure how to hang a quilt without, I don't want to damage it. So I'm obviously not just going to stick nails through the tops and just hang it. I need a proper thing, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. So I need to research that and figure that out. And I will. just not today. So over here we have my Nana Jean doll. Well, she's the grandma doll. I think she's called the grandma doll, and she was put out by Seacrest Dolls. I got the kit years ago and made the grandma and grandpa dolls, and every year at Christmas they get dressed up as Santa and Mrs. Claus. So Mrs. Claus is here keeping an eye on the nursery and the babies for me. And in this little dollhouse looking shelf is my Bonnie Brown collection. So right here on the top of it is Shelby, and she is the Saskia sculpt by Bonnie Brown. Next we have Lucy, and Lucy is the Laura sculpt by Bonnie Brown. And then way down here we have Brady, and Brady is the Grayson sculpt. So I only have 3 Bonnie Brown babies so far in my collection. Up here I have my Myola teddies and a few other goodies that were gifts to me. And yeah, just some things that are very special to me and kind of related to my nursery. This one was a little teddy bear that was I had for all 3 of my babies on their little dressers. Up here, this isn't really Christmassy, but the Noah's Ark piggy bank and the Noah's Ark frame, those were in my oldest daughter Brianna's nursery when she was a baby. And also this is a little night light, you can plug it in. This little piggy bank was mine when I was a little girl. So here we have Santa. He's up here on the shelf on his sleigh, and I know that may be an odd place to put him, but my thinking was to get him off the floor because, you know, it's a small space. And I was thinking, you know, Santa in his sleigh is supposed to fly around. I should have put reindeer in front. It might have looked better, but I don't have any reindeer. Maybe next year we'll get some. But yeah, I was surprised the sleigh actually fit there very perfectly on the shelf. So I thought, why not? We'll just try it and see how it goes. So he's up there. That's Papa Dave dressed up as Santa. he's so cute. So oh, and over here I have this. I just bought this one this year. I have a snow globe collection upstairs, but this is my only one I have down here. And it just reminded me of my Pippa and Pixie. Especially Pixie, because Pixie's ears stand up, whereas Pippa's kind of are bent a little bit. Like they're more floppy. So yeah, this kind of reminds me a lot of Pixie, this little dog. So I just had to get it. And then we have this little elf on the shelf that I created a few years ago. She's the mini Ophelia sculpt, and is it by Olga Orr? Honestly, I'm not 100% sure on the sculptor of her, but I know the kit is called Mini Ophelia. And then we have our Dollarama version of Elf on the Shelf, who I should probably update because he's looking a little worse for wear. His little felt is getting really kind of messed up, but we have a lot of memories with these little elves on the shelves. They've kind of retired to the nursery this year, but in the past they did a lot of mischief and had a lot of fun with our kids. I put them out this year, and it was my 13-year-old son who was the most excited about Elf on the Shelf every year, and he just didn't seem to be too interested this year. So I thought, okay, it's kind of like, you know, fairies. If you believe they're real, then they're real. If you don't believe, then they're not going to do anything. So they're just kind of sitting here, reminding us of the past fun we used to have. And then down here on this shelf, these 3 babies are portrait babies of my biological kids. I have 3 biological children and I have 4 foster children, so 7 kids altogether. They're all my kids. Equally loved as much as the other, but these 3 represent my oldest. This one represents my oldest daughter Brianna, and she is named Hope, and she is the Greta sculpt by Andrea Arcello, and this one is Joy, and she is the Harper sculpt, the original first edition Harper sculpt by Andrea Arcello. And we won't talk about how much I paid for that kit. And then we have Bennett, and he is the Phoenix sculpt by Andrea Arcello. I found it very cool and interesting that all 3 of my biological kids look-alike kits are all by Andrea Arcello. I thought that was neat. And then down here we have these 4 babies look like my foster kids. So we have this little guy who we named Jaira, and he is, I think he's the cutie sculpt from Bountiful Baby. I can't remember if it's Donna Rupert maybe. And then this one is the Abigail sculpt, and we named her Willow. And she's the Abigail sculpt by Laura Tuzio Ross, I want to say. And then these 2 babies are both by Cassie Brace. This is the Ethan sculpt, and this is the Tiger Lily sculpt, and we named them Zion and Moriah after 2 mountains in the Bible, Zion and Moriah. Here we go. Okay, so up here we have, this is a Kimberly baby, and her name is Kimberly. Kimberly, she's made by Kimberly's Cocoon, and so is this one over here. They're both Kimberly's babies, and so Kimberly is the Jamila sculpt by Petra Seifert. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And then this one is Kylie sculpt by, I had a brain freeze. I know it's the Kylie sculpt by, I just can't think of the sculptor. I'll come back to that, but her name is Aaliyah. And then in the middle we have, I named her Elowen, and she is a Natalie Blick baby, and I just can't think of the name of the sculpt off the top of my head. This is when you know you haven't spent enough time in your nursery lately. She's Susu sculpt by Natalie Blick. There we go. So yeah, I named her Elowen. She's my mini-me. She looks a lot like me as a little girl. She's even wearing my glasses that I had when I was a little kid. And yeah, I had that same color hair when I was little, and curly ringlets. My mom always did little ringlets in my hair. So yeah, she's my lookalike baby. And then down here we have 3 of my Cassie Brace babies. So this is Christian. He's the Elise sculpt by Cassie Brace. This is Louis. I named him Louis after the naughty little prince, cheeky little Prince Louis. I just thought he was so cute. He's so cute and mischievous, and that's what he reminded me of, even though he's got red hair and Louis doesn't. But that's okay. I named him Louis, and he's what sculpt is he? He's a Cassie Brace sculpt. And it's just slipping my mind right now. My mind is going blank. And then we've got the, not Elise, oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind here. Well, I've named her Eleanor, and she's the Sailor Rose sculpt by Cassie Brace as well. So I've got these 2, these 3, and then my Estella baby that I showed you guys, the very first one that I showed you. So that is 6 Cassie Brace babies, and that's my Cassie Brace collection. So I've got a little bit of a Bonnie Brown collection, a little bit of a Cassie Brace collection, and then in my dollhouse I have my Lorelei Eagles collection. But first I'll show you my tree. This is my Christmas tree. It's old. It used to be in my bedroom. I've had it for quite a while. But when I first bought this tree, I actually had really wanted a white Christmas tree in my bedroom, and I couldn't find one that year, so I settled on this one. And I liked it, but I'd always really wanted a white one in my bedroom because my bedroom is all white and everything. So this year I decided to treat myself, and I got a new white Christmas tree for my bedroom, and it's a little taller because we have a very tall ceiling. It's a little skinnier because I wanted it to be a little skinnier, and it's white, which is what I wanted, so it's perfect. But I brought this old tree down here because I wanted to put a tree down here, and it just, might as well use what you have, right? So I'm using a lot of my old Christmas tree ornaments down here as well, because I got a new tree in my living room too. The tree we had in our living room needed to be replaced for a few years now, and I finally got around to doing that this year, getting my dream Christmas tree. I wanted a flocked tree, and I got all new decorations to kind of like match my living room colors and stuff. So Excuse me. So yeah, that was a nice treat. So I was able to take all my old decorations and use them on this tree. So the kids, when they're like, hey, where's all our old decorations? Well, they're down here. They're not too sure if they like the new tree or not because it's got a lot of pink. But I love it. So I'm sure they'll love it, opening their presents under it and creating new memories under it too. So it'll be fine. But this is the dollhouse, and I've had this for quite a few, well, I've had this since the beginning of my doll collecting. We used to have this for our American Girl dolls, but now we use it for my reborns because we kind of grew out of American Girl dolls. I do still have some of them. I just don't have them on display. I'd like to actually fit them on display, the ones I have left. I did sell quite a few, and my kids had taken, their personal ones to play with, and I'm not even sure where those are. I'm sure they're around here somewhere, but I'm not sure where all their clothes got to and stuff like that. But I do have a few that are just mine. They're all put away in boxes. So at some point I would like to figure out a way to display them down here, but I just haven't got to that point yet. So I just have my reborns down here, and let's go see them. This is all my Lauralee Eagles babies in this dollhouse. So this is Faith. She was the very, very first reborn doll I ever got, and she is the Serenity sculpt. And this is Miracle, and she's the Miracle sculpt, and I kept her name as Miracle because I couldn't think of anything better for her. She was my Christmas baby that year, and so Miracle Noella just seemed to be the perfect name for her. She was my Christmas little baby. This is also a Lauralee Eagles sculpt, Wee Patience, and I think Mira named her. This is actually Mira's little one. I forget what she named her. I think it was Avery, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the Birdie sculpt by Lauralee Eagles, and her name is Isabella. She was named by her original mommy, which is My Little World, and I just kept her name as Isabella, so she's still Isabella. She is the tiniest reborn in my collection. She's so pretty, so sweet. She doesn't get a lot of attention, mostly because I don't have a lot of clothes for her to change her into, but because she wears preemie size, and I just don't have a lot of preemie size clothes, and I don't really find a lot of preemie clothes that I love, so I don't change her very often. But I do have a few pieces she came with, and a few pieces I've bought. This was one that I bought for her, and I really think it's sweet on her. I have most of my babies in the dollhouse dressed in creams and gold because I just wanted to keep it a little bit more simple looking. I have my camera flash on so you guys can see in here, because I've noticed some of my previous videos it's hard to see into the dollhouse when I'm filming. So hopefully it looks okay. So this baby is named Juliet, and she is the Quinlan sculpt by Lauralee Eagles. She is such a pretty. She has the finest rooted hair. She's so pretty. And then this is Briella. She is a lookalike to my great niece, who is now 4 years old. I created her to look like her when she was little. She is the Gertie sculpt by Lauralee Eagles. And this is Patience. I named her Patience. And she is the Esme sculpt by Lauralee Eagles. Just a dream baby for me. A lot of these babies were sculpts I didn't think I could get, like Miracle and Esme and Quinlan. Just amazing that I was able to get these babies. And down here we have a couple more cute babies. I'm gonna just sit down here on the floor so I can show you them. So this one is Mercy, this little one. She is the Asia sculpt by Lauralee Eagles, and then beside her we have Grace, baby Grace, who I honestly love her so much, but I almost never change her, and I don't know why. I do have lots of newborn clothes to fit her, but this is the thing when you have a large collection, sometimes some of your babies really just get neglected, And it's not even because you don't like them. I do. I love her. It's just, I think when I got her, I probably got too many babies at once and she kind of got a little bit overshadowed. But look at her. She's just stunning. She is, I'm trying to think, Aurora Sky Sculpt, right? No, not Aurora Sky. I can't think of her sculpt name. Oh, there are too many babies. She is, which baby are you, honey? Oh, this is terrible. I have a scrapbook. I really should just, I should really like take a look through that before I do these videos, so I'm familiar and make sure I get all the sculpt names right. Maybe I'll come back to her. Maybe I won't. Or maybe I'll just like put a little text in, edit it in later when I look it up. I'm gonna move on though. So here are the boys. Here's my Lurley Eagles boys. So this is oh my goodness, Atticus Sculpt by Lurley Eagles, and I named him Leo. He's so sweet. He's a very special baby to me, as Lurley gifted his sculpt or his kit to me, and that was just so special to me that she did that. Like, so special and unexpected and just amazing. I actually teared up and cried when she did that. That was just so kind. She's such a very, very kind person. And I mean, I loved her sculpts before I knew her personally, but like, she's such an amazing person as well that has just made me fall in love with her work even more. But I love her work even before I knew, like, or ever like texted a word to her, you know, like on comments or anything. So yeah, so the next baby we have here is Bryant, and he is a lookalike baby of my husband when he was a little boy. And his name is Brian as well, so I named him Bryant after him, and he is the Tobias sculpt. And then over here we have Pax in the gray, and he is the Knox sculpt, another sculpt I never ever dreamed that I could get, but I was so happy I was able to get. And then we have this little one who is the Max sculpt, and who I named Moses. Actually, no, I didn't name him. Mira named him. Mira picked his name, and his name is Moses, which I think is super sweet. It's such a cool name. I was watching TV one day, and she heard somebody's name called Moses, and she just flipped out about what a cool name that was. And so I told her, well, maybe next time I make a reborn baby boy, I'll let you name him Moses, if you remember, and if you still like the name by then. And so that's what happened. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try and get up without my knees cracking too much. Getting old, guys. All right, and then I'm gonna show you, I know this video is getting long, but I'm gonna try and show you quickly the other side of my nursery. So I think last time I did a nursery tour, my husband had not yet put up the TV for me. So he did that. He actually put it up quite a while ago, but it's new as far as updating the video. So, and I remember I had talked about this wall. I had my desk on the other side of this wall, and we wanted to open up and put a window there so that I could watch TV while I was working, and that light could flow through really well, as there's windows in both rooms, you know, and sometimes the sun is in different places. So my thinking was to have that opened up as a window. However, my husband told me that it's a load-bearing wall, and there's like a steel beam like supporting, and it's in that wall, and so we really can't open it up. So what I came up with was putting my desk there so that I can sit there and still see the TV from there if I'm really wanting to watch TV while I work, which I often do, because sometimes you can be sitting there for a long time, and so then I can just sit there and still see the TV from there. So that's what I do. And I have a little bassinet here. Sometimes I have a baby hanging out here with me, or I'll put new babies there that are waiting to go home or waiting to be adopted, so that they're, you know, have a special spot. And my monkey Gideon, he's not always there. I just put him there for now, but because he just got changed into a cute little outfit. He hasn't been changed in a while, so I wanted to change him. This is Gideon. He's in a little white sweater suit, which is also, it's preemie size, so it's Isabella's as well. But they're the only two like that wear preemie size is Gideon, my monkey, and Isabella. But he's a boy, so most things don't work for him. But this little outfit's kind of gender neutral, so I put it on him because why not? But yeah, so I have this little workspace, which is mostly I will put a blanket down there on top, and then I lay out the pieces as they come out of the oven. My oven is there that I bake with, and once they come out of the oven, I like put them down on a blanket to cool. And so that's kind of what that top area is for. And then underneath is storage where I have blank kits, and like blank kits, not blankets. And then I also have like my rooting basket with mohair and all of my needles and stuff like that. And I think I have some tools in a basket in there because I keep my own hammer, my own screwdriver, because when my husband was doing, when he was a contractor and he was doing like home renovations, he would keep all of his tools in his truck. And so if I was home and I wanted to hang up a picture or something, there'd be no hammer, there'd be no like screwdriver. And I was just like, I need my own tools. So I have my own hammer and my own, like, just a few little basic tools that I keep in my area so he doesn't take them. I actually really, really, really want a pink tool set so nobody will take my pink tools. Oh, so then I have a little fridge here. This is where I keep all of my diet sodas, which I actually am down. I used to drink a lot of Diet Coke all the time, but I'm down to like one a day. I drink a lot more water now, so really thankful, or like proud of myself for that. Over here I have like a little changing area in that little basket. Sometimes I'll do photo shoots in there. It's really quite a pretty spot to do photo shoots, and this little basket is cool for photo shoots, but it's also a great place to change the babies. My closet is right there, so it's a super spot to change the dolls. And I have these really pretty gowns that I found at a thrift store for like $5 or $6 each. I couldn't believe it. I just grabbed both of them. I had no idea what I was going to do with them. I just grabbed them because like I knew I'd do something with them. So I keep them here as decor. I think they make a great backdrop. Just this really pretty lace in the background when you're taking a picture. So if you see photos like that with this background, this is the area. You get to see the full thing now. The little hanging thing that like with the little, well, I don't know the words. I can't find the words. This thing here was a gift to me from Jen from Super Lily Sweet. So that's extra special as well. This shelving area is got a lot of special things to me, and I'm really thankful to have it. I'm still kind of debating if I'm going to paint it white, but I've left it black just because of time. I have not have time, and I haven't made a decision if I want to keep it black. My oldest daughter, when this used to be her bedroom down here, and when it was her bedroom, she wanted those shelves painted black, and so they've been black ever since. But I'm kind of leaning towards painting them white again. I'll know that'll take a lot of primer, but I'm kind of leaning to that, as I prefer things like, I like white, let's just say. But anyhow, I have my angel collection up here. I like a lot of willow tree angels, so I have some willow tree and some other angels as well. I just like angels in general. I'm not really currently adding to my collection, but that's the collection that I have, and they're all up there. And then I have my Raggedy Ann stuff. I've got quite a bit of Raggedy Anns, and then my Raggedy Ann Reborns, which are one of my favorite things. Love these babies. I forget what sculpts they are, to be honest with you, so but they were both made by Emily Cook of Deadly Nightshade Nursery. And then up here we have some books. These Alice in Bible Land books were my daughter's when she was little. Those were kind of a cool book series. I don't know if I have them all or not, but I have some anyways. Then I have this Anne of Green Gables collection here. Anne of Green Gables dolls. Well, this one was actually not originally an Anne of Green Gables doll. She was a Gott's doll. She was the one who started my whole doll collecting journey. my oldest foster daughter was getting into like 18-inch dolls, and I decided to get one just to, you know, kind of play with her and bond with her and stuff. So I got this one. It was a Gotts doll. I found it in a specialty toy store in our area. And yeah, so that was the beginning of it all. She has actually the exact same limbs as the American Girl dolls. Exact same hands and feet. She wears their shoes, their clothes and everything. But this outfit was an Anne of Green Gables outfit by Maple Leaf Dolls, which is a Canadian version of Canadian version of 18-inch dolls. They're very nice dolls, actually. But I got the outfit from that and then dressed her in it as my Anne of Green Gables doll. So yeah, that's the long story of that. Got my Beatrix Potter stuff, just some random things that belong to my foster children and that they kind of like didn't want in their room anymore, but I didn't want to throw out, you know. So I just kept them. And in here I keep stuff that I use in box packings, and here there's like cable ties and neck rings and stuff like that. So yeah. And then in here is the closet. Nothing's really changed in here. I had planned to get it a lot more organized, but it's still pretty much the same as it was last time I showed you. There's blankets up here. There's girl clothes here. In these drawers, I keep my Christmas clothes. I have everything, papers here, because I just like everything to be clutter free. So I like hide all that clutter with just the white paper. It's all just white paper. I have the dresser here. We have my boy clothes here. And that box is for a kit that I'm working on that's going to go home as a painted rooted kit. Just going to send it back in the same box she came in. But there's my work cart, which usually I will have out here when I'm working, but I just put it in the closet for now. And here we have some shelving, which I actually want to get all new baskets because these drive me crazy. They're so like wrinkly and they squish down, and I just want something that's more aesthetically pleasing. I'm so funny. It's not a priority, but it is something I'd like to do at some point. Just replace those baskets with just plain white ones that don't bend. So yeah, this is let me show you, I'll back up again. My nursery, and I really, really love it. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I hope you all having a wonderful day, and I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas to come, because I'm not sure if I will get to make another video before Christmas, but I'm hoping to during the holidays, because I do have 2 weeks off. Yay! I work tomorrow, and then I'm off for 2 weeks, and I'm so excited for that. You guys don't even know. So excited to have some time off and spend it home. So yeah, really, really looking forward to that. So I hope you guys have a great and Merry Christmas, and God bless.